Everyone, I'm meteorologist James Parish coming to you live from the Dick Goddard Weather Center. Today overall started out a bit rainy and stormy. Many of us heard some loud claps of thunder this morning, even saw some bright lightning flashes. For the most part, this afternoon has been dry. Those clouds stuck around. We saw maybe a few peaks of sunshine. This afternoon has also been very warm and it's been rather mild, but we are starting to see some rain increase from southwest to northeast across the area, and I do believe widespread steady rain will continue to be on the increase this evening and overnight. So tonight is going to be rather wet. From a temperature standpoint, we are in the mid to upper 60s across northeast Ohio. That is very warm for this time of year, considering that the normal high for this time of year is only in the mid to upper 40s. So we are about 20 degrees above where we should be for this time of year. Now, earlier today, we thought there was going to be the potential for a few stronger storms across northeast Ohio. However, the rain and the storms that we saw this morning and the thick cloud coverage that we saw for much of the day kept the atmosphere relatively stable. So without storm fuel or instability in the atmosphere for these rain showers and storms to work with this evening or overnight, I don't think we're going to be tracking any strong to severe weather this evening. But once again, even outside of the rain activity, we are going to be tracking some very gusty winds. As of right now, we are seeing that rain increase from south to north across the area. And as of right now, we're not seeing anything too heavy. Remember, on Storm Fox radar, the lighter the green, the lighter the rain. We are seeing some pockets of more moderate rain across our far southern communities, and I do expect an uptick in the rain intensity just a little bit this evening and overnight, but we're not going to be tracking anything too heavy that's going to cause widespread flooding problems. As we take a wider look at what's going on across the state of Ohio on Storm Fox radar, you will notice it's pretty wet across much of the Buckeye State. Starting to see some heavier rain down to our southwest, especially closer to Cincinnati. That's the moisture and that's the rain that's going to head our direction this evening and overnight. So once again, we are going to be tracking some rain this evening and overnight. Taking even a wider look at what's going on across the country right now, the storm system that's bringing in the rain right now, as well as the gusty winds, that's off to our northwest across parts of the upper Great Lakes or the upper Midwest. A cold front does trail behind, extend southward from that area of low pressure, and that's what's going to move through tomorrow afternoon, which is why we're going to keep the chance of rain and even some storms in the forecast. There's been a lot of attention on what's going down to our south across parts of Mississippi, Louisiana, Alabama, and Tennessee. That's where there are tornado watches that are in effect this evening, and that's where the greatest threat for severe weather will be this evening and overnight. In fact, that's where there is a high threat of severe weather this evening. So as we look at the very latest severe weather outlook from the Storm Prediction Center, you will notice across parts of the south, especially from Louisiana, Mississippi, and Alabama, where there is a high risk of severe weather, which is the highest threat level that we have. So an ongoing severe weather outbreak is developing across Mississippi as well as Alabama. That's where there is the potential for a few strong tornadoes this evening and overnight. Now, you do still technically see all of Ohio is shaded in green, and that is a marginal risk of severe weather. And yes, the Storm Prediction Center does still have all of northeast Ohio under a marginal threat of severe weather. But like I said before, we were tracking a lot of rain and a lot of clouds so far today, and that really prevent the atmosphere from becoming unstable or preventing the atmosphere from fueling up, because rain showers and storms, they need fuel in the atmosphere to produce hail and gusty, if not damaging, wind gusts. And we didn't quite see that. So if we did look at storm fuel in the atmosphere, you'd see little to none across northeast Ohio, which is why, as of right now, I'm not overly concerned about the threat for severe weather this evening or overnight. Let's go ahead and track everything out hour by hour on Futurecast. Here we are at 9 o'clock this evening, seeing that first batch of rain move from southwest to northeast across the area. There could be some breaks in the rain activity between 9 o'clock this evening and let's say midnight, but by midnight tonight, we are going to be tracking some widespread steady rain with some embedded storms in there as well. So don't be completely surprised if you hear a few rumbles of thunder overnight into first thing Sunday morning. Once again, first thing tomorrow morning, we're going to be tracking some scattered rain showers, some downpours, and even some rumbles of thunder that will be moving from west to east across the area. By midday tomorrow, most of that morning activity will be just east of us into western Pennsylvania. So once again, we're going to see a break in the rain and storm activity around midday. But I will say this, the forecast models have slowed the progression of a cold front through northeast Ohio tomorrow. Earlier this morning as well as yesterday, we thought the cold front was probably going to come through Sunday morning. Now it looks like that cold front's not going to come through until Sunday afternoon. So what that means is we're likely going to be tracking another round of rain showers, downpours, and storms early tomorrow afternoon. And if we do see enough clearing in the atmosphere and see some sunshine early tomorrow afternoon, then some of the rain showers and storms that develop across our far eastern communities early tomorrow afternoon could be on the stronger side and produce some gusty winds. By midnight on Monday, it is going to be much colder across northeast Ohio, even cold enough that we could see perhaps some lake effect rain and snow showers develop across some parts of the area by midnight on Monday, but not expecting any snowfall accumulations or any travel impacts. So yes, we're going to be tracking more rain this evening and overnight, but another big weather story with this strong storm system that's impacting the Great Lakes is just how windy it's been out there. If you've been outside today, then you know that it's been warm and it's also been windy. We are tracking sustained south to southwest winds at around 15 to 25 miles per hour, but wind gusts have been even higher than that. Much of northeast Ohio has experienced wind gusts over 40 miles per hour, and I do expect for at least the next couple of hours, wind gusts probably won't be as strong, but the winds in the atmosphere are going to increase overnight into Sunday morning to where we do once again expect some higher wind gusts late tonight into Sunday morning. So right now, wind gusts are generally at or above 30 miles per hour. The strongest wind gust in Cleveland is 37 miles per hour. We still do have that wind advisory that's in effect for much of northeast Ohio until 11 o'clock tomorrow morning. And within the advisory, there's still the potential where wind gusts could be as high as 40 miles per hour. And once wind gusts get above 40 miles per hour, it could blow away unsecured objects in your yard, cause some minor tree damage, and even the potential for a few power outages. I know our far southern counties are not included in this wind advisory, but it's still going to be very windy out there this evening through Sunday morning. It's just that the wind's not going to be quite as strong. Wind gusts still across our far southern counties could still be as high as 40 miles per hour. So looking at the wind forecast from 8 o'clock this evening all the way through 8 o'clock in the evening on Sunday, once again, the wind gusts probably are not going to be as strong over the next several hours, but I still do expect through at least midnight tonight, we're going to have constant wind gusts above 30 miles per hour and still expecting that south wind at around 15 to 20 miles per hour. But late tonight into first thing Sunday morning, especially between 4 o'clock in the morning and let's say 8 o'clock in the morning, that's when the wind once again could ramp up. That's where we will see those sustained south winds at 15 to 25 miles per hour, and wind gusts during that time once again could top 40 miles per hour. Still looking rather breezy late tomorrow morning through tomorrow afternoon, although that wind advisory will likely be allowed to expire. Wind gusts tomorrow afternoon could still top 30 miles per hour. Also, the wind's going to become more out of the west behind the cold front, and it is that west wind that'll bring in that colder air. So I do expect a big temperature drop tomorrow afternoon. So before we get to your 8-day forecast, let's talk about tonight and tomorrow. Tonight, not a big, huge temperature drop. Overnight lows will be in the mid to upper 50s. It will be mild, wet, and windy. First thing tomorrow morning, that's going to be the warmest time of day. So out the door tomorrow morning, temperatures will still be in the upper 50s, if not near 60 degrees. Then tomorrow afternoon, temperatures will drop to the 50s. And by 6 o'clock tomorrow evening, temperatures may be in the upper 40s. And by 10 o'clock tomorrow evening, temperatures may be dropping in the upper 30s. Here's your 8-day forecast. So tomorrow's still going to be windy. It's going to be rainy and stormy at times, and it's also going to be mild, at least for the first half of the day. Temperatures will drop Sunday afternoon and evening behind the cold front. Can you believe it? Monday is St. Patrick's Day, and it does look like Monday is going to be a much quieter day. Also more seasonable for this time of year, with highs in the low to middle 40s. The cooler snap will not last very long. Temperatures will be back in the 60s on Tuesday and Wednesday, and for the most part, Tuesday and Wednesday will be dry. Another strong storm system will impact northeast Ohio Wednesday night into Thursday. That storm system will bring in more rain for the start of spring, and it's also going to knock our temperatures down. Highs on Thursday and Friday may only be in the low to middle 40s. But look at that overnight low Thursday night into Friday morning. temperatures will bottom out near 30 degrees, and if we do see some lingering rain showers on the backside of that storm system, there is the potential that some snow could mix in with the rain Thursday night into Friday morning. Then by next weekend, temperatures will rebound once again. We'll be near or just above 50 degrees. Could be a slight chance of rain next Saturday. So I hope you had a great Saturday so far, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend. Don't forget, you can always get the very latest forecast at fox8.com. We did not have a newscast at 6, but we are scheduled to go on at 11 o'clock this evening, and I hope to see you then. If not, remember, you can always get the very latest forecast at fox8.com. I hope you have a great night.